Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to chat with you guys about how can you live off $20,000 a year in today's economy and thrive. I'm going to get right into it. I've seen several videos like this, like how to live off $15,000 a year, how to live off $20,000, how in all of these are lower incomes. How could you really do it? Well, I actually know of several people over the last several years that live off right around $20,000. I'm going to tell you how they do it. I don't have personal experience myself, but I'm going to share with you that if somebody really wanted to live off or needed to live off that low of an income, how they could do it. Just to give you a reference, $20,000 is right at around $1,450 some dollars a month, or between $9 and $10 an hour. There are people that make between $9 and $10 an hour at a full-time job. So how can they actually make it? I wrote down a series of things, and what I'm sharing with you are real life examples of people that I know that are doing these things in order to live off this low of income. The first is, obviously, it depends where you live. That is the main thing. In other words, you're not going to, in my opinion, you're not going to be able to own a home, have high homeowners insurance and high house taxes and a fixer-upper and be able to afford to live off that income. So I know of people, and these are three scenarios that I know of. I know a couple people that are renting rooms for about $600 a month, and they rent a room out, and that is how they live off that income, and that includes their electricity and everything. They do have to buy their own food. I know also some people that are living with family. I know a couple grandmothers that are living with family. They're maybe widows, and they don't get a lot for Social Security, so they live with their daughter or their sons, and they help out with the kids. And so they get kind of a free place to stay, but in essence, they're kind of, helping out with the kids and with the family and some things like that. So that would be one thing that's potential, staying with a family member and then maybe helping out. I also know somebody that lives in Arizona that lives in a trailer and owns some land and is able to do that and lives off around $20,000, $21,000 a month. So those are some scenarios and possibilities. I do think it can be done with careful planning. Okay, next is transportation, because I'm taking housing and transportation are two big costs. We know that even a decent used car now can be quite costly. I know of folks that either, number one, they live in a town where they walk everywhere, or they take some kind of e-bike everywhere, or I know of another woman that doesn't really go very many places. She orders things online, and she actually pays people a little bit of money each month. Or they also have senior services for this particular person where it only is like $3, where they take her where she needs to go and she doesn't have a car. Some people will bike. And then I know of two people that they share a vehicle and share expenses with other family members, where like 2 or 3 people own a car together and they all chip in a certain amount to keep that car going, taking care of it, and they plan their schedules accordingly and share it. That would be something else. Another thing, the people that I know that make around $20,000, they don't have any type of cable TV or any paid service like that. They also don't have a home phone, and they don't pay for home internet. They have a cell phone plan, and all of their internet is through their cell phone device, or if they really need to use a computer, they go to a family member's, but they don't own computers. They just use their phone and use their data plan, as you would say, off their phone. And that saves them money right there. Also, a lot of the folks that I know that are in this situation, some of them are senior citizens, but not all of them are. But a lot of times, some of them get health insurance through their work, but some of them also are on Medicare, and they just don't have a lot of health issues, so their health costs are very low, which also is important. Transportation, housing, and health costs are the 3 things that can really get you. Next, all the people I know have a very simple diet. One of them buys a little bit of meat, might buy 1 pound of ground turkey and spread that out over 5 meals and just use a little bit, mostly uses beans, so using very little. That's another thing. They also do free entertainment. They'll do things in town. They don't go out and pay money for movies. They use a lot of these folks that I know have used the library a lot. So that's something else. And last but not least, they try to get free things, free clothing, people that are donating things. They try to get everything that they can for free. And so they might use something like a free, like off Facebook, they'll look for a group getting free things like that, you know, free clothing, because there's always ways to get free things of people that no longer find things useful. And many of these folks use the library a lot. I will tell you that. So these are some ways that you can live off $20,000 or less a year if you wanted to. If you are living off $20,000 or less a year, share some tips below on how you're able to do that. And are you using any of these tips I mentioned? I want to hear from you in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope you come back for tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.